Welcome to Beyond the Book, presented by Juxtabook. This is a special bonus episode where we go over the insights and learnings from the 2024 Juxtabook Author Edge Virtual Summit. Hello, authors, and welcome to a special episode of Beyond the Book. This past week, we had the Author Edge Virtual Summit, and it was an incredible event, and I absolutely loved hearing from all of our session speakers, those who attended, and really learning about everyone's journey as an author and learning more about where authors are at in their beginning stages, where they're at if they're already published, and where they want to go next, and figuring out where are we in our author journey. And that's where I want to start, and then I'm going to go over a few insights and themes that really stood out to me as I was hosting and did some sessions in the Author Edge Virtual Summit. So the first thing I want to go over is that every session applied to one of the 5 phases in the author journey. And these 5 phases are 1, your book development, 2, your book publishing, 3, your author branding, 4, launch and marketing, and 5, beyond the book. So as we went through each session, here's what kept coming up and here's what the themes and insights were. And this episode is a little less scripted than I usually approach it with, but I want the ideas to free flow and for you to really feel the energy through my excitement and post-excitement of the event and hear where you are in your journey as you listen to this. So here's 6 insights that really stood out to me. 1 is you will feel overwhelmed as an author. There were several sessions where authors that were attending said, wow, this is a lot, and there's a lot to do as an author, and this feels overwhelming. And do you know what? They were all right. It does feel overwhelming at times as being an author, but I want to encourage you to take it step by step and understand what phase you're in and focus on that phase. As we discussed, you may be overlapping in several phases, and there's a lot that you have to put together to get your author journey going, but do it a day at a time. And feeling overwhelmed is normal. Maybe feeling a little bit like an imposter is normal. And knowing, is what you're really doing worth it? And I will tell you, it is worth it, because you will have some degree of impact. My second insight is finding your why. Several of the session speakers talked about their whys and what keeps them going. For you as an author, it's a long journey, and it's not for the faint of heart. So keep going on your journey by finding your why and what's going to keep you motivated for when you hit those challenges and bumps in the road. Number 3 is consistency. No matter what phase in the journey you are, being consistent, whether it's writing every day, whether it's posting and building your author brand every day through the communication and connection that you're wanting to make, whether it's promoting and letting know the value of your services and connecting with others to convey what those services are if you're in the beyond the book phase. Wherever you are, be consistent and figure out what that looks like for you, because those little things that you do every day are going to compound, and you'll see the fruits of what that looks like as you continue further and further on your author journey. Number 4 is content. Content is king, and wherever you lack or your weaknesses are everywhere else, content that is specific for an audience will overcome anything else. You may not have the best book cover or the best images. You may not have the biggest audience. But if you have strong and compelling content, that's going to help you carry you so much further and keep you going in your author journey. Number 5 is that there's so many paths to success. We had authors that were self-publishing, traditional publishing, or hybrid publishing, authors who tried to go one route and then shifted to another route. And the overall theme there is that there's just not one way to be successful as an author. There's many different options and paths that you can go down, and you can shift while you're on those paths to find the success that you're envisioning for yourself. And then finally, it takes a team. You may be a do-it-yourselfer, but at the minimum, you're most likely going to have people reading and giving feedback on your book, and that takes a team to get this done. You may choose to have more individuals involved throughout the entire process, but it does take a team to get your book finished and out there. So I would encourage you to identify who on your team is going to contribute in different ways, and understand that you don't have to go this alone as an author. You can be successful and have others to go on the journey with you in different capacities. So to wrap up, being an author is an amazing journey. And what I was reminded of in the Author Edge Virtual Summit this last week was it's such a privilege to work with you as authors and to be your coach and consultant and help you strategize where you want to go, because I get to learn. I get to learn you as authors, but I also get to see the impact that you're having, because our books truly impact our culture and change our culture. Think of the books throughout history that have had a significant impact on society. Think of the books that have had a significant impact on you. And it all started with getting words out onto a page. And then finally, I want to end with one of my favorite quotes from my childhood book series I loved of Harry Potter, and this is by Professor Dumbledore, where he says, "Words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic." There's a lot of things that your words will do and can do. So keep going, authors, and I look forward to continuing to be a part of your journey. If you have any questions about a recent episode, I'd love to hear from you. Visit juxtabook.com/beyond the book and click the appropriate button to leave your question, and we will include it in our weekly Q&A episode. Your book is just one chapter in your author journey. Think beyond the book as you craft your path. Thank you for your questions, and thank you for listening.